Hello students, today we would like to introduce a new topic. This is the last topic, I think so. Okay, conceptual fruit. Conceptual fruits, that means imagine fruits. Conception means imagination. Conceptual means imagination. It was written by Thaisa Frank. Thaisa Frank is a renowned short story writer. She was a physiotherapist before she became a writer. She also teaches the University of San Francisco. Right, that's about Thaisa Frank. Also, he was a psychiatrist. That's very good. So you can easily uh, did his work as a conceptual proof. Uh, what is the theme of this? What is the summary of this article? Summary. This is a short story related to the internet. It connected to internet. Okay. The story happens in middle class family. First name Greta, the 16 years old daughter. Greta, the name, the character name Greta, 16 years old daughter is definitely able and not good at studies. That means disabled. And at the same time not good at studies, but admires her father's computer expertise. He always like his father expert in computer. His father is expert in computer. Her father, not his father. Greta, the 16 years old girl, she is handicapped to some extent, but she admires the father, her father. He is an expert in computer. The father tries to encourage the girl. So we can see the good relationship between father and daughter. The son is just 11 years old and is good at computer. The Greta has or had a brother. He had 11 years old, but and at the same time he was a good expert in computer too. But he is not interested in it, even though he is very expert in computer. But he is not interested. Who Greta brother? He instead preferred karate, the physical martial arts karate. He liked karate, not computer. And fourth character, first Greta, second father, third Greta's brother, and the next fourth one Greta mother. Mother also is indifferent. That means mother also is not much interested in computer. The father says that he can make a house for Greta in the internet. Yes, we can make so many things in internet, is it? Okay. The house has several rooms, and in each room there will be a bowls of fruits. That means, suppose the father and Greta may house in internet. In that house have several rooms, and there will be too much bowls. Bowls means cups and pots of fruits. Okay. The father shows the picture of the house in the internet with the bowls of fruit in every room. The name of fruit are also printed there. That means they conceptually built a house in internet, right? You should remember this house for Greta built by his father, not outside. It is inside internet. In that house, there are so many rooms and bowls of fruits. And at the same time, each fruit's names are stickered there. The girl wants a real house and real fruits. But the girls, that means physically handicapped, that is why in order to make happy, in order to make some kinds of interest in computer, the father did such kinds of job. But actually, Greta won a real house and fruits. There is a clash between the virtual house in the internet and the real house. Yes, always we built several things in computer or net. It is not a real original, is it? This is only a draw pictures. But if you are to construct a house in outside, that is original. That is very different. So that's why there is a clash between father and daughter. Actually, we can see here for this father, the character, this father is Greta father is very much love Greta because he want Greta to always happy because Greta is physically handicapped, so that's why he is too much worry. So in order to make happy, father always creates something in internet and to make happy, but it is not a real happy, no. That is only a short period happy. Real happy one in outside, right? And mother is not at all interested in the affair of Greta, and brother is also not at all interested in that category. Even though father and brother is too much expert in computer, brothers not interested at all in computer. He's like the martial arts like karate. So that's a family situation. So here is we can see the loud father and daughter's relations we can see. Okay. And at the same time, this modern technology side also. Conceptual fruits. That means imagine fruit, right? Okay, before that, okay, text, we can to take text. Differently able children are integral part of our society. Yes, we can. Now we have a special school, special education school is there, you know. So disabled students are there, you can see. Often these daily charms of regular life is denied to them. Yes, they can't make happy they, as far as a ordinary person because they have so many difficulties. Technology extend a helping hand and act as a leveler in such cases. So here also says about the development of technology, how this technology influence the people, how the technology useful for the people. This story reveals a human face of technology in helping young girl, who is young girl Greta, 16 years girl, shapes the world around her. How the technology helps Greta, a disabled 16 years girl. So here is a combination of technology and human life. Okay, and okay, here is the brother name is also we can see that Joel or something like this. Okay. Anyway, Thaisa Frank is very beautifully picture about conceptual fruits. Let's read. Well, when she told the family about the site on the internet where you could create whole streets, his wife and son went on eating their pasta and artichoke. Artichoke means a kind of leaf food, kind of leaf. That means just like cabbage. Only his daughter Greta looked up. I could buy a house on Permickle Street, he said, and put as many rooms in it as I wanted. I could fill it with fruits and make my own library. So here is a house. When he told his family the site of on the internet, that means the father looking the internet, very expert in computer, where he could create a whole street. He now creating the streets in internet artificially. His wife and son went on eating. His wife and son is not only interested in computer. That's why they are eating pasta and artichoke. Only his daughter Greta looked up. The Greta is very anxiously looking fathers making in the internet. I could buy a house on Pomega Street, he said. Who said? Who said? Father said. And put as many rooms in it as I wanted. I could fill it with the fruits and make my own library. The father said to beloved daughter Greta. That means I could create house and this house is full of rooms with the fruits and library. Sure, Dad. Who said it? Greta said it. said his son, said his daughter, who was 11, who could do that if you wanted to. Sure, Daddy. Yes, said it not to Greta. It is said by Joel, that means brother. That means Greta brothers and son. That's 11 years old. His son already know how to program computers, but wasn't interested. These days, he wanted to give away books and devote his life to karate. So we can understand the character sketch of son. Son not at all interested in computer. That's why he mocking the streets of Pomegate. His wife had heard of the athletic cafe. That means wife is now is in the kitchen. Maybe eat this leaf food at chalk. Well, he said. The thing is, she answered, I am in front of a computer all day and I like to spend the evening in the garden. He understood she was not interested. That means she is not at all interested. The mother not at all interested in computer. She's want to go garden. Greta looked up from her artichoke leaves. She was arranging them in a swirling pattern in her bowl. Now Greta helped her mother in kitchen. You said there was street. You said there could be fruit. These were in question. Greta often repeated whatever she heard. That's her one of the disability. Whatever he heard, he repeated the same word again and again. She would work hard or tie her shoes by age 10 and could read the 5th grade level. 5 grades below Joel. Joel is the brother name. This is a paragraph says about Greta difficulty. Could not put her shoes lace properly, even though she had a 16 years old girl, but she couldn't because of his physical inability. And he is also repeated whatever she heard. Okay, 5 grades level Jules. Even though she was 16, she went to a special school. Who is in special school? Greta. I want to see, she said. I will show you, she answered. His wife and his son, Mad Eyes. Mad Eyes means just look. Mad Eyes means just look. He was at it again. He is getting Greta into it too. Here, father and daughter's relations we can see here. Father is more interested in daughter's condition and daughter's affair. Come on, I will show you. I will show you where you can make up street and balls of fruits. Greta sat in his chair and he sat next to her. Now father and daughters are sitting together in front of internet. Greta could type very slowly. By the time she left her school, she might be able to type fast enough to get a word processing job. No one can know her sure. That means father too much anxious about Gracia's future. So father wanted her to become a very speed in computer keyboards. If very speed in computers keyboard, maybe he get the job of word processing job. That is we can understood through these lines. We can understood the father is more anxious about Greta. There is a guy named Sam who has set up his whole library of classics. He lives in Illinois. Illinois is a place in USA. But he made this incredible place. Watch. He clicked into the program and was about to show Greta the collection of books when he saw her starting into space. You want to say something of your own, don't you? That is still. Greta and father try to create the street, house, and library. This paragraph says about library. Greta needed a library in his imagined house. So it was created by a father friend. His name is Sam, very expert in computer. So he very good arranged a classic library in this artificial house in internet. So they are discussed. The father and daughter are discussed. Do you have any special books to add it for the library? Yes, peaches and pears and artichokes. That means that also one in the house. What are the things? Peaches. That means fruits, pears, fruits, and artichoke. Artichoke is already tall. This is a vegetable leaf. So this also we needed. Who said it? Greta told to father. Do you want them in a house with the bowls in kitchen? Yes, is it needed for that? Father doubt about it. Or maybe in garden? You want that in the kitchen or in the garden? He was already typing, creating a street called Greta Street. He creating an artificial street, Greta Street, a house called Greta House. This all father created in internet or in computer because he is very expert in computer, and moreover he want to make happy the life of Greta in some extent, because mother and son not at all interested in the Greta case. That's why father is too much worry, and he always sit with the Greta and make happy. Why are you writing all the down? Writing all the down. Who said it? Greta said to father. Because they are yours. They belongs to you. Father replied. Greta looked at the screen. Her blonde hair blended with her sweater. Her blue eyes was the only color in her face. That means the picture also, Greta picture also artificially created there in the computer or in internet. I want a ball in every room. No, it's just like a child. Even though she had 16 years old, she is already disabled girl. We know that. That's why she said it. I want a ball in every room. Bowl means, pot. Pictures in this kitchen and the living room and all the bedrooms. What about Architox? Father said. Greta picked at her sweater, something she did when she know she hadn't gotten it right. That means that is also a habit of a special education student. That means special educated student. Sometimes she forgets something. That's why she grab the sweater. She wear a dress called sweater. You know sweater. Sweater is uh, take it tightly. That is called grab the sweater, because her mental stability is like that. She had forgotten about the talks, and he was sorry. He had reminded her. It is okay, he said. Who said? Father said. Well, put peaches everywhere. Should the balls be color? Want a ball color? Ball means a pot. Yeah, which color? Blue color. He asked Greta how many windows she wanted in the room. Whether there should be a fireplace. Fireplace means, this is a very cold country. They are using special kind of place we can call as fireplace in order to make her hot in the room. And if there should be a curtain, we want a curtain. We want. Do you want curtain? Do you want a fireplace? Do you want which color? Like that question father asked Greta. It is mainly for make happy. Greta chose 11 windows. Okay, she needed 11 windows covered with the sheer. She mean good white curtain. She like white curtain, like the one she had in her bedroom. Yes. So still father and a daughter in front of the computer, they discuss several things, and they now build Greta house and decorating Greta house, artificial house in internet. Okay, now the fruits, he said. We will start with the kitchen. He wrote Greta kitchen and added, walk around, help yourself to this bowl of fruit. But where are the peaches? Who asked? Greta asked to father. In a minute, look this cool. You click on the ball and see what happens. He shielded the screen for a moment and wrote peaches straight. He said, just click ball. That means uh, this time father make her favorite daughter happy, and at the same time want to teach some tricks in computer. Greta clicked ball. This word peach appeared. It is just a word, she said to him. Now Greta understood this is not a real or original house, original fruit, original peach, original archie, original garden. She understood some extent. Well, there is idea, but you can see picture of fruit. I thought you could make real peaches. Yes, now the clash comes out between the disabled or the special child, Greta and father. Greta now understood. After some extent, Greta now understood what is this is not real house, this is not real room, this is not real peaches. No, you have to go to the store for those. But these are just words. Well, yes, the conversation between Greta and father. Then why do people like them? Because they means here people, remain them of what they stand for, like in your books. He created other rooms, asking Greta what she wanted: a kitchen, dining room, living room, bedroom, a room for eat, room for cat, and one bathroom. So these are created artificially by the computer expert father, but it is not satisfied Greta. No, not a bathroom, she decided. This is not real house, so people wouldn't use it. People use it real house. This is not real house. Greta now understood his mental ability. You are right, he said. You don't need a bathroom. He programmed bowel speeches in every room. Now he said, Greta, you click. Now he changed all things for the instruction of after Greta instruction. So still the father make Greta happy. He tried to make Greta happy. That's why his father's too loud his daughter. We can see through this paragraph and conversation. Greta clicked and this time smiled when this word pictures appeared. It was furtive smile, a smile she got when she pretended she understanding something that made no sense. So they, as per the father instruction, he clicked some of the key and the pictures appeared. Even though she smiled, in her mind she understood that it is not real. It is only in internet pictures. That's why he is in little bit of trouble in front of father. But father tried to make happy her daughter. Okay, next sense. There could be other food, he said. There could be apples, pears, there could be flowers. Sure, said Greta, there could be anything. His wife was cutting blackberries. Blackberries, the fruit, in the garden, and Greta was already sliding. Sliding is he is a physically handicapped. That's why he's very difficult to walk from the chair to help her. Greta would never have a house of her own. She would live in a group house with other people like her. He hoped the house would be large and have a sheer white curtain belonging in this room. He hoped it would have an orchard or coming garden with the fruit to put in the real blue balls, apples, pears, peaches, whatever Greta wanted. It's all Greta's imagination of a real house. All right. So these are the things we want to know there. So that's the things we have studied here, is it? So that's about the conceptual fruit. This is our last chapter, right? And next class onwards, we have to start from beginning. I mean, first chapter onwards, I will give the class, the repeating class. Same class will comes out afterwards. Okay. I mean, next class onwards, the first chapter will come. All right. Let us see that some of the things you want to know, that some of the question answer we can see. The most important this one is that you must sometime ask the character sketch of Greta or character sketch of father. Sometimes comes CV, CV, curriculum vitae, C, curriculum, V, vitae. That means biodata. You want to prepare a biodata, how to prepare a biodata. Here is the how to prepare a biodata here. This is a biodata as you can see. See the CV, that means curriculum vitae, or it is called as biodata. When you are applying for job, you should have to create a biodata. You should have to write your what is your qualification, your age, your status, your address, your name, your uh, experience, everything you can add it. That is called biodata or CV. And also another question comes out, very important one, telephone interview. How to write a telephone interview? You can write the telephone interviews here. All right. And the write up is also there. So CV is very important. How to write a CV is also very important. Okay, here is the characters and the question answer we can discuss. Okay. First question answered. The wife and son react to the man's excitement in a negative manner. Who is wife and son? Yeah. Greta mother and Greta brother. This tells us they are not concerned with the happiness of differently able girl Greta. I mean, they are not bothered about the happy of Greta. Who? Mother and brother. Why are the son and the wife unitarist? Do you approve their attitude? The son is not interested in because all that he wants in karate. The wife says that she had a sitting before a computer and she want to spend the evening in the garden. That means maybe his wife is Greta mother is always doing work in front of the computer in office. That's why he's boring in front of the computer. That's why she work in garden and kitchen. Both of them do not want to care for Greta, who is difficult, definitely able girl. No one can approve this attitude. I think they are not listen. Greta is a special child. How do you know that? Have you ever visited in a special school? Yes, same question I ask you. Have you ever visited in a special school, disabled school? It depends upon you. What is the father expectation of the daughter's future prospects? The father expected that by the time she leaves school, she may be able to type enough to get a job at some word processing center. But he has not sure about its Greta was definitely able girl. Who is Sam? Sam is a person who set up in the whole library or classic in the internet on the internet. He is mentioned here show the people can do wonderful things on the computer. I have a friend who is experienced in new language on the computer. All right, next question. Sixth one. How is Greta described in this line? Greta is 16 years old girl. She is differently able, that means disabled. She is studying only in fifth level, but her younger brother is studying at a higher level. Greta is studying in a special school. She has blonde hair and blue eyes. That's also very important character sketch. This is a character sketch of Greta. You can make your own question, character sketch of Greta, and write this answer also. Okay. She has a habit of repeating things she hears. She picks at her sweater when she knows that she has got something right. She wants to have a big house with several rooms, each having bowls of fruits. So, if you comes, if will comes the character sketch of Greta, you should have to write this paragraph. You should have to make your own question, your own notebook. What made Greta disappointed? Greta is disappointed. She thought that she would get real peaches to eat, but they did not come and she was disappointed. She understood it is not a real peach, a real house. That's why she disappointed. And she added that when people see words like peaches or apples on screen, they are reminding of them and people like it. His explanation does not seem to be convincing. That's why he is disappointed. The further explanation not satisfied Greta's mind. Why isn't Greta intended to have a bathroom in her house? She did not intended to have a bathroom in her house because it was not real house and people would not use of it. So sometimes Greta is now getting some kinds of right things. Okay, ninth question. Why does she give a furtive smile when she saw the word peaches on the computer screen? What does it indicate? When she saw the word peaches on the screen, she made a furtive smile because she had the habit of making such a smile when she pretended to have understood something which made no sense to her. Yes, it indicates that the word without actual thing does not make any meaning for her. That means real thing is real. Artificial is always artificial. Can you identify the word that tell you that she is disinterested? When her father says that there could be other fruits, apple, pears, she responded by saying, sure, there could be anything, because she know that this is all artificial. These words show that she is disinterested. Okay. Then 11th question. What are the thoughts of a father? Do you think that they are touching? Why? Yes, fathers know that Greta would never have a house of her own. She would live in a group house with the other people like her who are differently able. He was trying to please her or happy by showing things she liked. The father words are touching. He is really sad to think of her state. He has great wishes for his daughter, but she being differently able, his hopes will not come true. This is the pitiful state of any father who had disabled children. Yes, you suppose if you have in your house, suppose a disabled child, it is very difficult for others. Similarly, the fathers also hears too much difficult with Greta. That's the situation we can see here. So, read and response is here. This character sketch of is here. You must write the character sketch, and I told it so. CV is very important. Okay, CV means curriculum beta, C curriculum B means beta. So that's a very important thing you have to do. Do you understand the character sketch of this? There are four members of the family: father, mother, daughter, Greta, and son. The father is very affectionate. He tried his best to make Greta happy. Greta is differently able girl, and her father tried to satisfy her needs with the help of computer. She shows some internet in that her shows in the internet, but the mother and son is very differently, and so not cooperate with the father in his attempt to satisfy the girl. So that's also very important things you should remember. So that's about these things. And telephonic interview and this CV is very important, and characters which are great also very important. So you should have to remember all these things. While you write about biodata, you should have to write your experience, your qualification. Suppose maybe you write your degree or postgraduate or MBA or whatever you like, you can write in your application. No problem. Okay. Don't write the plus two and other things. Okay. Okay, that's about the conceptual fruits. The meaning is imagined fruit. Written by Thaisa Frank. It's a South African. Still, I doubt about it's from America or. Okay, this is a short story related to the internet. That's the things. Short story related to internet. That's the things have to then meaning and everything also I given here. Already given the meaning, is it? Yes. So next class onwards, we should have to repeat in the same class again from the beginning. All right, that's all today. Please complete your notebook as per my important questions. All right. So read the textbook very carefully. First, you read the textbook, then only you read the notebook. Text is very important. Text activities and questions is very important, and text should be read once, twice, thrice, whatever time you get. Read the textbook very carefully. Then you read notebook. That's all today. Thank you very much. Take care.